The One-Legged Birds. Florence, 1348. As you have all surely heard and seen, Conrad Gianfiliazzi has always been regarded as a noble citizen of our city, generous and magnificent, leading a chivalrous life, constantly amusing himself with dogs and birds, not to mention his more serious pursuits. One day, while hunting near Peretola with one of his falcons, he caught a crane. Finding it plump and young, he sent it to his excellent cook, a Venetian named Cichibio, with orders to roast it carefully for supper. Cichibio, who was as foolish as he looked, prepared the crane, placed it on the spit, and began roasting it attentively. It was nearly done, and giving off a delicious aroma, when a local woman named Brunetta, whom Cichibio was deeply in love with, suddenly appeared. Upon entering the kitchen, Brunetta saw the crane and, lured by its scent, eagerly begged Cichibio for one of its thighs. Cichibio sang in reply, "You shan't have it, Dame Brunetta, no, you shan't have it from me." This angered Brunetta greatly, and she retorted, "By God's faith, if you don't give it to me, you'll never again have any favour from me." After much heated exchange, Cichibio, fearing to displease his beloved, finally tore off one of the crane's thighs and handed it to her. Later, when the bird was served before Conrad and a guest he was entertaining, naturally missing one leg, Conrad was puzzled. He summoned Cichibio and demanded to know what had become of the other thigh. The foolish Venetian instantly replied, "My lord, cranes have only one thigh and one leg." Conrad, enraged, exclaimed, "What nonsense! Don't they have two legs like any other bird? Haven't I seen other cranes before?" Cichibio stuck to his story. "It's exactly as I say, sir, and if you wish, I'll prove it to you with living cranes." Because of his guest, Conrad chose not to press the matter further that evening, but he declared, "Since you claim you can show me living cranes with only one leg, something I've never seen nor heard of, I shall expect to see it tomorrow morning, and I'll be satisfied. But by the body of Christ, if you're lying, I'll punish you so severely that you'll remember my name to your lasting regret as long as you live." The matter ended there for the night. At dawn the next morning, so furious he'd barely slept, Conrad arose and, mounting Cichibio on a nag, rode with him to a riverbank where cranes are often seen at daybreak. "We'll soon see," said Conrad, "who lied yesterday, you or I." Cichibio, trembling in fear and racked with panic, rode behind his master, scanning the countryside desperately, imagining every bird he saw standing on two legs. But no sooner had they reached the river than they spotted a dozen cranes standing each on one leg, as cranes often do when resting. Cichibio quickly pointed them out and cried, "See, master, I told you the truth last night. Cranes truly have only one leg and one thigh. Look at those there." Conrad, after observing them, said, "Wait, let me show you they have two." He then moved closer and shouted, "Hop, hop!" At once, the cranes dropped their other legs and scurried off. Conrad turned to Cichibio and said, "Well, rogue, do you believe they have two legs now?" Still bewildered and not knowing quite how he'd survived, Cichibio replied, "Yes, sir, but you didn't shout, 'Hop, hop,' to last night's crane. Had you done so, she too would have stretched out her other leg, just as these did." Conrad was so delighted by this quick-witted and clever excuse that his anger turned to laughter and joy. "Cichibio," he said, "you're absolutely right. I should have shouted, 'Hop.'" And so, with his witty reply, Cichibio escaped a beating and restored himself to his master's good graces.